Hey you guys, it's the Psychopoweranger once again, and I'm here to bring you a new game that I have just found. It's called Smite, and it's essentially League of Legends, or Dota, or Heroes of New Earth in 3D, and it's really awesome. They did a really great job with this, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit and show you what I do like, and I don't remember if I didn't like anything, but if I didn't like anything, I will go ahead and also say what I didn't like. So I am playing the character Anubis, who is... Why did I pick Anubis? Well, one reason only. Anubis is my favorite of the mythological gods. And, Egyptian gods are my favorite of all mythological gods. So it all works out in the end. So that's why I chose him. Anyway, so we are going to be waiting here for a little bit of seconds, and I guess I will skip and wait until we get to the part where we fight. Alright, here we go. Now, something fun to note is they actually do have a thing where it will auto-level your skills and auto-level your items, and that's really helpful when you're starting out with a new character. And I definitely agree that you should try that out before you even actually play the game. Now, this game is in beta, and I will leave a link down bottom for you to actually get to try it out. Though you do get 100% guaranteed if you do put $20 down. You actually get 10 free champions as well. By champions, I do mean gods. Anyways, so every skill in this game is a skill shot. There is no automatic hits, as you can tell. That's my basic attack going off right now. And it's a lot of fun, and my favorite part about League of Legends was skill shots, so it's definitely a nice, welcomed thing to see more skill shots in this game. Now, this enemy does end up pushing us out pretty bad because those tornadoes are probably one of the best things right now for pushing back, but I just deal. Now, Anubis is really good at a lot of damage over time type skills, and he can also hold his enemies in one place, which he can just do so much damage so quickly if you allow him to. And, it's definitely one of my favorite characters, though I do play another character, and in another video I'll go ahead and show that. Now, the game functions mostly the same as League of Legends. You have 4 skills. You don't have any summoners, however, and you level up almost about the same, except for max level is level 20 in this and not level 18. Another fun thing to note is last hitting isn't nearly as important in this thing because you do end up getting gold for deaths around you in general. However, if you do last hit, you do get more. I just was trying to focus on playing the game over last hitting because I just wasn't really sure. Now, I did take off auto-leveling in this because I'm trying to teach myself to level up. I wish that there would be a feature that would allow me to level up without having to hit K and go in there. As you can see, there's a lot of damage getting pumped out. I don't remember if I survive or not. I don't think I die very often in this game. Maybe 3 times. As you can see, Anubis does have a damage over time dot on the ground. He has a stun. And he also has an AoE cone damage over time. And his ultimate is a beam that does large amounts of damage and anybody's around. I do have a complaint about it is you can't really see it when you're using it, and it makes it hard for you to hit your enemies with the skill shot if you can't even see your skill shot. You'll see that in a moment. Alright, let's go ahead and stop right here as well. I forgot to mention about towers. Towers do take damage from only auto attacks, which is very important to note. Now, in this game, there is actually only 2 towers in each lane, and then followed by a Phoenix. So the difference with the Phoenix is the Phoenixes are more like an inhibitor, but it also attacks at the same time. It can then also be respawned just like an inhibitor. And I don't think there's any way to inhibit minions from keep on spawning. So creeps will just keep spawning regardless. That's something to note. However, when you do kill the Phoenix, your allies get essentially strength buff just like your allies do in League of Legends, only in this case it is fire damage. Final thing to note is that the Minotaur is what you destroy, not the Nexus, and the Minotaur is a mobile enemy who has a lot of health and receives a buff for the number of towers in the way. So you kind of want to take out as many towers as possible to take out the Minotaur instead of just going straight to the Minotaur by running straight through middle. This makes the game feel a whole lot more, how do you say, hard. You know what I mean? You can't just rush down the middle and win as easily. Now, as you did see in that menu, it isn't exactly as user-friendly as League of Legends. There's a little bit difference. It's more like Han, in which you have a list that you can't quite leave up items in one end and check out other ones, but it definitely works out very well. I am quite happy with the buy system. It was easy for me to navigate and decide what I wanted and what I didn't want after just a few playing of the games. So far, this game definitely has a lot that just really is beneficial to the player, and look at these graphics. They're very, very well met, considering the game is a free-to-play. It is ran by Hi-Rez, who also makes Tribes Ascend, and we all know how good that game actually ended up working out. So this game also has much promise to it, and I definitely enjoy it. The fact that I could have played 5 of these games in a row really made it feel like worth it, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a good game to try out. It will be free to play once it comes out, so it's definitely worth checking out. No reason not to. I would just like to point out how the movement in this game is. It actually gives you a feel of actually moving very quick. And also, this might be a really random praise, but the sounds for moving just sounds really nice. I don't know, when you're walking, the steps feel really nice. It's just something random that I noticed, but I really like it. The game has come out really well, and the fact that there's been so many 3D disappointments for a MOBA game have finally put me at rest, and I'm very happy about it. Now, I might be dying here. I might as well show you the video, because why the heck not? Well, guess she just ran away, but you know, whatever. Alright, now let's just go ahead and do some more commentary till the end of the game and see how some more of the game mechanics work. Now, it is to be noted that you can only have one consumable at a time, which I'm not exactly all about, because as you see, I have a health potion down to the bottom left. It's my number whatever, it's the C activated skill. However, if I wanted to use a ward, I couldn't because I have that space filled with that potion. I'm not exactly happy with that, but it will change how things feel for sure. Now, as you see here, we are going to start attacking this tower, and you can see the power of the tower and essentially how good it is. It does one-shot rangers, it seems, so keep that in mind. Now, that might change slightly later in the late game and stuff like that. Also, keep in mind this is beta, and there's things that are missing, and there's things that need to be done still. And as you can see, I did forget to level up. That's kind of hard to remember. You level up seems a lot quicker in this game than it is in League of Legends, but we're going to take down this tower, and you do get 200 gold from towers. Now, this is the jungle. Fog of War works a little bit different in this game. You can see people a lot easier, and junglers aren't as sneaky as they are in League of Legends because there is no invisibility bushes, and there's also the fog doesn't really change much. It just makes you harder to see, I suppose, and you kind of need to be more careful as to how you hide in the jungle. Jungle is very foggy though, and it gives a really nice ominous feel to it, and I do like that. That's a really cool choice of design by them. Now, I will be doing a video of the jungle maybe a little bit later and trying just the jungle in general. I don't know how good Anubis is at jungling, but I will give it a try. He does have that stun and all sorts of like AoEs and things, so he should be able to kill people pretty quickly, you'd assume. I hope that there is a jungler role in this game and it's not just buffs for whoever wants to take them, because I feel like a jungler in this game would be really fun to play around with. At this point in the game, Anubis is a great clear. He can clear the forward and backwards with those two skills, his Locust Swarm and his like grabby grave skill. As you can see, there is a bee teleporter in this game. That's very helpful. I don't like having to run back or have like a mule get me all my equipment. As you saw there, my ally is super fed, so for the most part this game is already won because he's just one-shotting almost any enemy, so there really isn't any difficulty at this point. There's a lot of feeding in this game right now because of how new it is, and it seems like people really want to make this game into more of like an arena game. I can't tell you how many times people will just keep attacking people and never progress on the towers, which really discouraged me for a little bit because I had to do it all and I was running characters like a tank. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. With these new games, you will realize that there's a lot of people who, even though they probably a lot of them mitigated from other MOBAs, they still don't know how to run it correctly. It is quite a different feel, but it's very rewarding. I like most of this game. It's just all feels really nice. Now, when I played, it was from 3:30 to around 9:30. Those are the hours they allow you to play, and that is Eastern time. So keep that in mind if you do become in the beta. It is 3:30 to 9:30 Eastern time, and those are every day. It is not up 100% at the moment. I only assume that allows them to do things like maintenance and changes and all sorts of fun things like that. But the 6 hours is definitely plenty of time, and in my case I am in Eastern time, so it's really helpful. As you saw, that guy had a wall, and that wall is really cool. I really like that character. He is very powerful, and I've been meaning to try him out, but I'm a big fan of Anubis. I'll probably just continue. Now, as you can see, there are monsters in this game in the jungle, and they do give you all sorts of buffs as you've been watching. Every mob in the game gives you a buff in the jungle. Each one. There's no giant monster buffs either, so there's no blue and red golem equivalent. They all just have their own special effects. There's cooldown, mana regen, health regen, armor and defense, bonus to movement speed, bonus damage. And it's really rewarding feeling, and I like the fact that the jungle is split up in sides, kind of like Twisted Tree Line, because it really gives that a feel of a fight, a competition for the junglers to fight off their enemies. Instead of it just being invasions, it's more like you're defending your own jungle. And I do believe that they're about to surrender at this point, and I only got to level 15. There are 20 levels in this game, and the game just runs really well. I have only high hopes for the game. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The reason I'm not giving a 10 out of 10 is because I haven't played enough to really understand how good or bad it is. However, I have not run into any complaints. There's never been something where I was just like, I really wish that wouldn't happen, or I really wish this wasn't in here. Everything in the game just feels really well thought out, and it's been put together really right. Like, everything is just wonderful. As you can see, that is a Minotaur. We did not have a Minotaur fight in this because, for the most part, people just surrender because of how new it is. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for stopping by. Peace out.